In the fog-shrouded coastal town of Gray Harbor, where the sea whispered secrets to the cliffs and lighthouses blinked like wary eyes, Elias Crow inherited his aunt's seaside cottage after her abrupt disappearance. Aunt Miriam had been a recluse, her letters to the family growing shorter and more cryptic over the years, the glass remembers. Don't look too long. Elias, a jaded antique dealer from the city, dismissed it as eccentricity. At 45, with a failed marriage and a shop buried in debt, he saw the cottage as a windfall, a place to sort her estate and flip the furnishings for quick cash. The cottage clung to the rocks like a barnacle, its salt-eaten timbers groaning against the eternal gale. Elias arrived on a slate-gray afternoon, the key cold in his palm. Inside, the air was thick with brine and neglect, furniture draped in sheets like shrouded ghosts. He worked methodically, cataloging vases, clocks, and tarnished silver, but the master bedroom drew him last. Dominating the far wall was a full-length mirror, framed in ornate mahogany carved with twisting vines and faces eyes wide, mouths agape in silent screams. Victorian, perhaps Edwardian, its surface rippled faintly, as if breathing. Elias wiped the dust with his sleeve, revealing a patina that deepened the room's shadows. His reflection stared back, tired lines, stubble shadowing his jaw. "Worth a pretty penny," he muttered, already pricing it in his mind. That night, as rain lashed the windows like frantic fingers, Elias poured a whiskey by the hearth and glanced at the mirror across the room. His reflection raised the glass in toast, but he hadn't moved. He blinked, chalking it up to fatigue in the fire's flicker. Sleep came uneasy in the sagging bed, dreams of faces pressing against glass, palms flat and pleading. He woke to a whisper soft, like silk.
"Elias, see me."
The room was empty, the mirror veiled in moonlight, his form slouched and still. Curiosity gnawed through the days. Elias set up his laptop in the bedroom, intending to research the mirror's provenance while sorting Miriam's papers. Yellowed diaries spilled secrets, Miriam's obsession with the glass, bought from a shipwreck salvors auction after a gale claimed the siren's lament off the coast in 1892. The captain's log, tucked between pages, described accursed cargo mirrors from a Venetian glassblower, said to trap souls of the drowned. Miriam wrote of her first night, it showed not me, but her the woman from the wreck, eyes like drowned opals, beckoning. Elias scoffed, but as evening fell, he positioned himself before it, recorder running for his own investigation. The whispers returned, clearer now, a woman's voice laced with salt and sorrow.
"Join us, Elias. The sea hungers."
His reflection smiled a slow, knowing curve that didn't touch his lips. He leaned closer, breath fogging the glass, and saw it, behind his image, a flicker of movement. A figure in sodden white, hair streaming like kelp, face obscured by water's veil. Elias recoiled, heart hammering, but the room spun. The mirror's surface undulated, ripples spreading from the center like a pond disturbed by a stone or a body. He tried to leave, but the cottage held him. Doors stuck, locks jammed, the wind howling stay. Nights blurred into rituals of dread. The figure sharpened, a woman, young and ethereal, her gown clinging like seaweed, eyes hollow voids that pulled at him. She mouthed words Elias couldn't hear, her hand pressing against the glass from the other side, fingers elongating, nails black with brine. Miriam's diary warned, it feeds on longing, the lost loves, the unspoken regrets. Look away, or become the reflection. She reached for him, touch icy as undertow, and whispered directly into his ear, though her lips never moved, "I've waited, Elias. Your aunt looked too long. Now, see yourself truly." The glass cracked, not shattering, but webbing across his reflection, fissures tracing his veins. Elias smashed a chair against it, wood splintering, but the frame held, the surface absorbing the blow like flesh. Shards flew inward, embedding in his arms tiny, glittering wounds that didn't bleed. Instead, they sealed with a glaze, his skin hardening to porcelain sheen. He clawed at the mirror, fingers splaying against it, and felt the pull, a tide dragging him under. His reflection warped, face elongating into the woman's eyes drowning in sorrow, smile a rictus of waves. Dawn broke to an empty cottage, Elias's car untouched in the drive.
"I've waited, Elias. Your aunt looked too long. Now, see yourself truly."
Elias's regrets surfaced unbidden, the wife he'd driven away with neglect, the daughter who no longer called, the life bartered for brass and bargains. By the seventh night, isolation fractured him. He stood before the mirror at midnight, whiskey bottle empty, pleading for silence. The woman emerged fully, stepping through the ripples as if parting waves, her skin translucent, veins blue rivers beneath. Searchers found only the mirror, pristine amid the debris, reflecting the room empty save for a faint outline pressed against the glass, a man in tweed, palms flat, mouth open in eternal plea. The whispers linger on stormy nights, carried on the wind from the sea. Look closer. Join us. And if you linger too long before that salvaged glass in Grey Harbor's antique shops, your reflection might smile first, beckoning you to the depths where the drowned wait, whole in their watery gaze.